Hi folks, these are our trading results from our live trading room for the week of June the 12th, 2023. All right, let's jump right into our results. I apologize. I'm a couple of weeks behind on our results. We had a nice Father's Day 3-day weekend. Went down to Lake Powell, did some boating, got some sun, hung out with the family. So I'm paying for it now. I'm a little behind on our performance updates. Got a couple things also to share with you on this weekly update in terms of going forward with some new categories and couple things just to share with you there. But let's go ahead and get into it right off the bat. Let's take a look at our 0 DTE trades. We had a fairly successful week 2 weeks ago. We were able to knock down 1 or 2 0 DTEs every single day, but the NDX trade, and we ended up having 2 trades that we were in that were rolled. One was an NDX, one was an SPX. SPX, we ended up finally booking a full profit on that. We're still in the rolled NDX trade. So that's still working. That's still up and going. But pretty happy overall with our results. I don't know that there's a lot of places that you can go with 0 DTE trading where, number one, you have the opportunity to make $1,000 a day with a not insurmountable amount of capital that you would have to throw at that trade. A lot of people trading butterflies and things like that with 0 DTEs, but you're not going to make any money with that. And so we have an opportunity to really knock down a decent income potential each day. And I think the other thing is we've been getting a couple 0 DTE opportunities every day. You can see it's almost 2 for 1 there, 124 trading days of opportunities, and we've done 210 trades. So it's not every day that we get a double dip or a triple dip on the 0 DTEs, but it has been quite frequent. Our 4 DTEs, we are on a nice little run right now with our 4 DTE trades. Generally speaking, a best case scenario for our 4 DTE trades would be a 10% return per week. We've been pulling down some 11, 12, 12.4% returns on a weekly basis on our 4 DTEs. Those have just been absolutely fantastic as of late. Our IWM Millionaire Maker trade, it just couldn't be any more perfect. I absolutely love this trade. It is, by the way, a cornerstone of our portfolio margin strategy. That's a separate strategy for higher level account values. We use the RUT there, but it's obviously the equivalent of the IWM. And obviously, you're not going to get better than where we're at with this trade, which is now going on over 3 years. 3 years of never having a single losing trade with this setup right now. We've been shooting for about 1% a week again on this trade. And we've never quite had a year where we've made 50% or better because, number one, you have some trades that either don't work or you need to adjust, or more likely for us, B, you're not receiving full capture each week. You may put a trade on that can make 1% a week, but maybe you're taking it off and only making 0.3 or 0.4 or 0.5%, something like that. This year, we started to trade it much more dynamically, and with the goal of boosting the returns by 15 to 30%, and we're right there. We booked very, very close to a 2% return just last week on our IWM Millionaire Maker trade. So that trade, it is a millionaire maker. It is a fantastic trade. The results have been phenomenal. We didn't add any pairs trades 2 weeks ago, but we did last week. So when I do this next update here, you'll see some pairs trades added in there. We're getting very close to adding some new bear market strategies. Obviously, the market has been very bullish lately, but we're looking at 2 bear market strategy opportunities for this next coming week. Our stock market millionaire maker trades, we've continued to have to trade around our Netflix position and our PayPal position, but both of them, the PayPal has looked fairly good, but for this week now, both of them look really solid. We've added some butterfly overlays onto these trades that really map out a very, very wide profit zone on these. They both look really good right now, and we fortunately, knock on wood, we haven't had to take any debits on these yet. We haven't had to take any losses on these as of yet. The positive Vega DIA ladders, they have been probably one of our lowest maintenance trades. We have members that trade this strategy, not exclusively, but it's their primary strategy, and they open up their laptop once or twice a week to just check in on where this trade is. I don't know that that's going to continue for us going forward. We've done a lot of technical analyses work on the DIA, and we've talked a lot about how it's sort of sitting on a cliff right now. And there's some decent downside potential in the DIAs should they decide to turn bearish. They certainly look like the last couple of days here that they were looking to do that. We've made some adjustments here in those, but so far so good. Those trades have just been steady Eddie, solid winners for us this year, bringing in roughly almost a 9% return a month. On our DIA ladders. The portfolio margin, very excited to see where we end up with this at the end of this year, or excuse me, at the end of this month. Again, I'm a little bit behind on my updates here, so today is actually June the 24th. So we've got about another week or so, and then we'll see where we're at. We did start this strategy up a little late in the month. We started it on the 5th, so we're trying to shoot for about $16,000 a month of income on this particular strategy. We started about a week late, so anything really above $12,000 of income for this strategy, I would be really happy with on that. So we'll do a little bit more sort of standalone, in-depth analyses at the end of the month with regards to the portfolio margin setup and strategy and where we're at overall with it. Scalping, not a whole lot of positive traction with scalping this week. $220 loss on Tuesday. I didn't scalp on Thursday because we were traveling for boating. But this past week was actually quite good for us with scalping. Dragonflies, we have not added another one on top of the one that we have right now, which is our BA trade, which just expired this past Friday as a fully profitable trade. But we did add another zebra trade that we had a success on. And so this actually is incorrect. This actually should be 12 total trades with 12 total winners. That was a one-day trade that we were in and out of, made about a 12-15% profit on that. That was a nice setup for us. Theta fairies just continue to cash flow for us. What can you say about a strategy that can bring in, $20,000 to $100,000? That's the number of contracts that most people trade with this, 1 to 5 contracts. What can you say about a strategy that has been bringing in $20,000 to $100,000 a year for our traders overnight while you sleep? Pretty solid trade, and obviously the win-loss ratio on it is very favorable as well. We have a lot of members that are here just for the Theta fairy, and if that's all you want to do, obviously I think it's at least if anything else, it's a place to start, right? Our gold ladders continue to perform and enhance better and better and better each and every week. We had just the prior week here, we had I think our highest return week of the year for gold. This past week was a solid week as well. And it continues to look better and better. Our gold trade looks golden, if you will. It's been solid. Our overnight vampire trades, we didn't have a vampire trade this particular week. We tried to put one on the next week, which would be the week of the 19th. And I'll talk about that in the next video update. Broken wing butterfly ladders, we didn't add any there. Our oil ladders, we worked our oil ladders once again, and we are really well positioned right now, I will say, in our oil ladders. I've got all my buying power in. I'm up to about 10,000 of buying power into those trades. We've got all 3 ladders out. We're laddered out 3 different iterations over 3 different weeks, and it looks really solid in a risk graph. And so that's been obviously a solid trade for us because the oil trade is, of all of our ladder trades, it's the one that has the highest potential rate of return. Our in-the-money cover trades, we have had to do a little bit of work on our Tesla position, but it now looks really solid. And our coin trade looks really solid. And then we've got several other in-the-money trades that we're working right now. In addition to coin, I'm just taking a look at these right now. We've got Carvana, which we are in step 1 of, and we're working that one. We've got FSLR, which is still in the step 1 stage of those trades. That's been a solid trade for us. We've got KRE, which is working it from the put side. That one looks really solid as well. And then we've got our Tesla trade as well as WIN. So we've got quite a few of these in-the-money cover trades working. They are yielding anywhere from 2% a month to 12% a month. But they've been just solid trades. And if you ever want to look at a trading setup that has, I think, one of the most favorable risk-reward ratios out there. In other words, there's trades that you can make that are safer, and there's trades that you can make that have more profit potential. But when you look at a Sharpe ratio and you combine those two, I don't know that there's a lot of trades that you can find that have a better looking risk-reward ratio. The amount of profit that you can make versus the risk that you are taking, they're absolutely fabulous. And we try to trade with an edge. That's, you never know what the market's going to give you. There are no guarantees in the marketplace, but if you can set yourself up to where you have an edge or an advantage, generally you will come out ahead. And our in-the-money cover trades give us the ability to make money on a setup whether our underlying goes up, down, or stays the same. And to my knowledge, that's the only 3 things that an underlying can do. So it's a pretty solid trade from that aspect. We're having a lot of fun trading binary ideas. This past week we just added 3 more to this. And I did just put up a video on the YouTube channel on trading binary ideas, on trading these event contracts. So if you're not familiar with those strategies, if you don't know what an event contract is, you can either go to tradingBinaryIdeas.com or you can look up the video here that I just posted actually today on the YouTube channel with regards to that. Our short portfolio is wound up, but we'll probably come back and look for some more short ideas here coming forward. The idea here was that we were just shorting shares, not options, and we were doing little tiny trades, $80 trades, $100 trades. No commissions involved because we're actually trading the shares, building a very small portfolio that's very diverse. We obviously had a really good run here earlier this year. We'll give it a go again here very soon and start building that back up again. Our fly portfolio, we didn't do any flies this past week. Commodities, this is a new category that we've added. Now, we've been doing commodity trades for a very long time. We trade, this may be a surprise to some of you that are not in our trading room. We trade wheat, we trade corn, we trade soybeans, we trade lean hogs, and we trade nat gas. So we love commodity trades. I love anything that is solely moving up and down based on supply and demand. It's not based on quarterly earnings reports. It's not based on whether the CEO tweeted something weird today. It's not based on Bud Light having a poor commercial and now there's a boycott against the company. None of those things affect commodities. It's simply supply and demand. And one of the things selfishly to love about commodities is that they have some of the highest potential rates of return of anything that we can trade. So we have not been posting our commodity trades here because most of the commodities that we trade only have monthly expiration options. They don't have weeklies. And so it's very common to, and we want to wait at least until there's only 21 days left in an option cycle. We would prefer for there only to be 14 days. So first of all, we're sitting around for half a month most of the time waiting for the expiration cycle to get to where we want on these commodity trades. And then at that point, sometimes we'll look at it and the trade isn't there. And so then you have to wait a whole entire other month. So our ability to put up commodity trades on a consistent type basis, it's not there. But we do them pretty much month after month. We're doing some type of commodity trades. And so we'll start keeping track of these. Over the next couple of weeks, I'll go back in. I'll spend some time because obviously all of our trades are time stamped and archived in their appropriate trading channels. So we know what we've traded and what we've done commodity wise. We just need to go back and tally that up. But for those of you that want something that is non-equity correlated, not correlated with the stock market, something that the Dow can crash by 1,000 points today and it doesn't affect your position, commodities are a good place to look for that. Our ATM program, we have had a tough couple of months here in the ATM program. First of all, it was with the regional bank stocks, and we recovered from that. We made a nice profit from that. Then it was the AI stocks that kept pushing higher and higher and higher on us on what we had as more of a delta neutral trade. So it's taken a little bit of the wind out of the sails of our ATM program. That plus the fact that we rarely ever keep up with the market when it is just soaring like it has been lately. However, number one, we're holding our own. We're actually doing quite well right now. And number two, I think we're really well set up for the second half of this year. As you look at what we have in the model portfolio, you look at how much Theta potential is in there. I think we're really well set up to the end of the year. And if I had to place a bet, I would say that I feel like we still have a really good shot of once again trouncing the market from a rate of return standpoint. So these are our overall results for what it would now be 2 weeks ago, the week of June the 12th, 2023. If you would like to come trade with us, trade side by side with us, interact with us, talk with us, you can do so at tradelivewithus.com. You can jump in. I think you're going to find that this is the highest value oriented trading room online today. There's no one that I know of that does the variety of trades that we do. There's no one that I know of that trades at the strategy level that we trade. We've had professional traders come in here and go, wow, I've never seen that trade before. We have innovative new strategies. We have strategies that our names for our strategies are being copied and thrown around on the internet today, like the Theta Fairy, for example. And we have live interaction. So I really do feel like it is the highest value trading group online today. If you're really, truly serious about your trading, you can come join with us. We'd love to have you on board. I always say that there's no risk involved. You're going to get 4 hours of training up front. You're going to go through a one-on-one strategy session with me via Zoom. We're going to talk about the different aspects of our strategies and what may or may be more appropriate for you than another. And then you and I are going to check in with each other on a daily basis. If you go through 30 days of that and you do not agree with me that this is the absolute top tier trading room experience online today, I'll give you double your money back, no questions asked. I don't even ask you why. I'll just give you double your money back. So that's pretty powerful. If you're just interested in investing, if you're interested in a passive approach, if you're interested in something that only takes 5 minutes a day, and you don't have a lot of time or desire to trade or to take that risk on, you can go to our asset allocation model, which is tryatmforfree.com. You get 2 weeks free access there. You can interact with me. We can have a Zoom. I can walk you through our strategy selection process. and answer any questions for you. If you do want to come scalp with us on Tuesdays and Thursdays, if you're really serious about trading, I would recommend you give scalping a try. Knocking down $500 to $1,000 a day profits is not something that we look at and go, oh my gosh, that was amazing. It's a typical day's expectation or goal. Do we hit it every day? Absolutely not. But it's a realistic goal. It's not a goal that we're setting and nobody is hitting that goal. Okay, so if you're serious about trading, you want to add something to the mix of what you're already doing. Scalping might be a good thing to do. You can go to tryscalpingnow.com. Appreciate you guys. I always appreciate your input. Getting some good comments and feedback on my Twitter feed as well. Always love to hear from you guys. I appreciate the camaraderie that we have as traders, and I hope you guys have a good trading week going forward. Take care. I'll be getting last week's video up here shortly. Thanks.